right, well, we'd like to start by welcoming the 2021 Valero Texas Open champion, Jordan Spieth. Jordan, congratulations. 6 under 66 to get the job done today, your 12th career win. Moved to number 7 in the FedEx Cup standings. With all that said, so many of us have been thrilled, waiting, knowing it's just a matter of time to get you back in the winner's circle. Here you are. With that said, if we could just get a few comments.
Yeah, I feel grateful. I feel really, it kind of bounces off and on right now when it hits me that, I'm back in the winner's circle. It's just been, it's been a road that's had a lot of tough days, and I've had people in my corner that have always believed in me, and even when, I've kind of believed less in myself. So I just feel a lot of gratitude to those who have helped me kind of get back here. And, my wife has been just a rock to me. This is my first win since we've been married. So it's been progressing this way since maybe December. But before that, there was a lot of tough times, and when you're struggling at work, you try not to bring it home and that kind of stuff. And it's, I'm very grateful for the people that I have around me. I'm blessed with a great family who's always, just looking out for my best interest. And I've got an amazing team, and I get put in position, and I've got full trust in everyone that's on my side, that they're going to be the best at what they do. And I've just got to go out and feel the freedom to go enjoy playing golf.
You kind of touched on that with that answer, but I was taken by your comment earlier on the green where you really spoke highly to the value of the lightness that has kind of come over you. Is that along the lines of what you were just saying? It's really just kind of helps you relax more, knowing the results will take care of themselves if you keep practicing what you've been doing?
I really didn't have great control of the ball this weekend at all, and when I would have really maybe started to freak out and change swing feels, instead I stuck to my guns and said, what I'm doing is the right thing. Let's just try and figure out kind of what we got. Do we have a shot that we can play? How are we going to step into this next one confidently? Let's play some, Bubba shots if we need to, some bigger turners one way or the other to just establish some feel into the game and get away from kind of the technical side when the technical side doesn't feel great. So that's been a learning process over the last kind of few Sundays in contention, when you get a little anxious and you're a little tighter and you're not kind of swinging as freely. And I thought today just that lightness stayed about me the whole day. Even when Charlie kept, throwing birdies at me, I was able to kind of just say, all right, if we hit it to point A here, we hit it to point B here, we put a good stroke on it here, we're going to get this job done. We're in the lead, we're in control. So I've done really well in my career in closing with the lead. The extra nerves today were just in not wanting to have to sit there and have it be a few times this year, and that monkey on my back that continues to be there, that I don't feel myself, because I feel when I'm in contention, I feel a lot of positivity. But it's sometimes really difficult to kind of separate that from the expectations when you step in an interview room and you're supposed to win all the time. So, for me, it's been about throwing out results and instead work on freedom. And if I'm feeling freedom out there, then I'm loving what I do. And if I love what I do, I'm going to do it well.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, we'll take a few questions. And before I start with the questions, just a reminder, if you do have a question, please type into the chat that you do have a question, and I will do my best to get to you. That said, we will start with Dave Shedlowski. Dave, go ahead.
Jordan, happy Easter.
Same to you.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Would you classify this maybe more as a mental win as opposed to a performance type win? Because there's a lot of hurdles in golf that are more mental than anything else.
It's a good question. It's so soon. I probably will. Yeah, I probably will classify it more as an important mental. Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, I didn't feel any extra nerves that I didn't have, a couple months ago or even, a few years ago. So looking back, yeah, I mean, I can say off the course, there was certainly, I felt a little like, I really want this badly, and versus I really want to be back in the winner's circle versus just kind of playing and going about the season. But really, I think I could say the same about kind of the actual performance piece of it as well. I mean, the performance is what threw off the mental side, the mechanical side of things, and at least to get on the right track has given me enough kind of freedom and start lines to have the confidence to, when Charlie chips in on 13 and hits a bomb on 14, and it's all of a sudden it's at 2 shots. I've got to step up and hit a shot when there's trouble right, where I've really historically, when I was off, that would have been just a awful tee shot for me, and to step up and hit just a beautiful drive down the left side. It's just stuff like that I've been building that confidence on the performance side over the last, couple months under pressure, and I've hit some really good shots and I've hit some really good putts, and today the putts happen to go in versus, say they're in Orlando or Pebble or Phoenix.
Just one more thing. You made winning look so easy a few years ago, and I'm wondering, did it feel easy to you then, and why did it get hard after it looked so easy?
Yeah, I mean, it's never been easy. Did it look hard today? I shot 6 under and made 5 birdies, no bogeys after the 4th hole. So I guess I would say it actually probably looked easier today than it did in 2017 in the British and in Travelers. So I mean, it's never been easy. I've always been somebody that under pressure has had tendencies that I've had to learn and get through. And I don't know if there's anybody that plays better golf, anybody in their own game that plays better golf under pressure than when they're just totally comfortable. So it's all about that fight of learning how to control that. But it's never been easy. I really struggled through after my first win to get my second. And I had a lot of chances when I was swinging the club a lot better than I am right now, and just didn't pull it off. And I'm way stronger mentally than I was in that 2014 time frame. And I can compare it kind of to then as just a time where I struggled to get into the winner's circle in contention. And that's why I draw those similarities. And I had to kind of learn the patience of a final round. And it just took me a couple extra times over the last couple months in contention to just kind of relearn that a little bit, relearn that patience and that lightness that you need, that anything can happen. Expect Charlie to chip in, but knock it in right on top, or just keep playing point A to point B, set a goal for the rest of the round, and play the golf course and don't play the field. So it's just little things like that, keeping your head down and just understanding if you've got enough, then the bounces are going to go your way if you keep putting yourself in position.
Well, you played great today.
Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Okay, next question comes from Kevin Robbins. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Jordan. Many congrats.
Thank you.
I wonder if is there anything that, in your view, has been made too much of since 2017?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I do a really good job of blocking out the noise. The only noise I hear are really just in the interview room. I don't see anything, don't read anything. I mean that. I started doing it kind of in the middle of 2018, and it's been really good for me. I haven't missed it. So I couldn't tell you. I mean, there's probably been people who have blown up on one side and the other. I mean, I'm sorry. I wish I had a better answer for you. I'm not sure what maybe would have been such a big deal, other than if it's a massive deal to not win over a 3-year time frame, it means that you were pretty successful before that, because no one was telling Charlie Hoffman, no questions were asked about the last time he won. So, or Matt Wallace, So I guess that's expectations, maybe age, whatever it may be, past history. But I mean, if anything, that should only give me more confidence that, my abilities should be that I'm in this position, very often, and that's the goal.
Perfect. And one more, please. Given what you've been through since 2017, how do you manage these powerful things like expectations and assumptions and what you might have taken for granted before now?
Now going forward?
Yes.
I've got quite a bit to piece together in my game, so it's actually pretty easy for me to put my head down and actually focus on getting to work for this next week. I mean, I've got some things that regressed a little bit in my swing over the weekend this week versus how good it kind of felt maybe Thursday, Friday. And so it's actually pretty easy, because until I get to hitting, 8 out of 9 or 9 out of 10 shots the way that, a couple of them felt on Friday, I'm not done working at what I'm working on. I mean, and when I look visually at kind of my action right now, it's kind of, there's some good pieces to it that are close to at least matching up into the golf ball appropriately, but the consistency and the cleanup and kind of the tightness of the swing has still quite a ways to go, and that excites me. I mean, that really excites me at this stage where I'm at.
Great. Thanks very much. John Pearl Fields wanted me to tell you.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get on the phone with him in a little bit. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we go to Tim Schmidt. Tim, go ahead.
Hey, thanks, Jordan. Congratulations.
Thank you.
12 through 18, I think coming into today, you were at 10 under. I know you haven't done this in 3 or 4 years, but did you feel like, hey, you know what? I'm in a spot where I know I can score. I mean, was there a comfort zone knowing that going into those final holes, I think you have 3 birdies in that stretch again today. It just felt like it was something where you knew, hey, this is a place where I've been doing it. So it was a comfortable spot to be in.
No, it's a good question. Actually, for me, it was I hit the fairway on 9, and I thought, okay, any uncomfortable tee shots I have now are kind of over with. I thought once I make the turn on 10, you get a little bit of it's visually, it's just an easier 9 to hit tee balls. Other than really 14, it kind of disappears on you a little bit. I thought 14, 15 were the 2 tee balls that were important, and the other ones I felt just a little bit easier on. But I've just had a really hard time on number 1, number 4, and number 9 historically on this golf course visually. And I thought once I kind of got that ball in the fairway on 9 and made a par, and those guys made par, I felt really confident going into the back 9 with a couple shot lead, even though I knew Charlie was playing well and the wind was dying down. He'd have to make birdies. I thought that, I actually made better swings on the back 9 today than I did on the front. And the other rounds, it was Thursday and Friday was almost flipped. So, I was sitting there saying I got wedge opportunity on 11, 12, 14, you got a chance. And then having made birdie on pretty much every hole coming in earlier in the week, there was a level of comfort there that went away maybe on 17 after Charlie made it on 16, and then I couldn't tell how close he was on 17. And so the approach shot into 17, the ensuing putt, and then the drive on 18 were kind of the 3 best shots I've hit in a very long time under that kind of pressure. They were just very difficult. I mean, I hit my hybrid about 300, and I don't really know how, and had to I almost got a little too close and hit a really nice wedge and really nice putt, and that was the difference maker, obviously.
All right, we've let you have like 90 seconds to enjoy this. So of course, we have to start talking about future goals and things. The 3 previous majors that you've won, you either came in first or second or third the week before. Man, that's got to be a good feeling knowing what you got coming ahead of you, right? That this is usually where you want to be going into something like Augusta. Yeah,
absolutely. In form is probably the most important kind of phrase in our professional sport. I felt in form for a little while now. I felt that form needs to improve in certain ways, and I know how to do it. It's just reversing the tens of thousands of balls I hit the wrong way. And so it's going to take however many thousand the right way in practice to transfer fully to the golf course. But I felt in form enough to be able to trust some shots and really gain a lot of confidence under pressure and playing golf. And I go to a place that I feel really, I've almost won there after missing the cut the week before. I've won there after finishing runner-up. It really, for me, going to the Masters, if I missed the cut this week or I won this golf tournament, there would be very little difference in my mindset going into Thursday at Augusta. But certainly there is still a bit of a difference, and that is that I had to hit shots under pressure and see where where things were on and where things were off, and make these just minor adjustments as we go into these practice days.
Last one real quickly, because I know my spouse. If I hadn't won something for a long stretch after getting married, my wife I know would be like, "Thank God you finally did that," so people don't say it's me. What's the reaction from Annie? Because she has been so supportive. You've talked about it multiple times over the past few years. We did this together.
Yeah, she got me emotional there on 18, seeing her emotional running up. I mean, I can pinpoint a number of different moments where I've been in a bad place, and then I can picture some moments where I've been just talking so positively to her coming home and having her just help progress that forward, and she's just given me a lot of space. I've said, look, I'm going to have to put some long hours in, even longer than when you've known me before, and this is what I want right now. We don't have a family yet, and I really want to get back to playing consistent golf and just being me and playing with freedom, and she's just been that person that said, whatever you need to do, I'm here to support you. Let me know how I can help. Let me know when too much is too much. Let me know if it's not enough. And it's just been, she's been really unbelievable.
Congrats again. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, we've got time for one more question, and for that we'll get back to Dave Shidlowski. Dave, bring it home.
Because Jordan can't get enough of me, I know. Jordan, you'd said in your television interview that the victory was monumental, and I think we can understand why, because it has been a tough road to get back to where you want to be. That's the way golf is. Can you put into words the feeling, whatever the emotion is, of getting over this hump again and knowing now going forward, well, I've got this again. I've been through the experience.
Yeah, it's. I think I probably used an adjective that was a little aggressive, just having been 30 seconds after the putt went in. Actually,
I didn't think so.
Yeah, I actually didn't feel, I felt I would be more emotional on the green or when I tapped it in, and it fortunately felt somewhat comfortable. And I felt pretty comfortable even there on 17, just trusting the process and what I was doing. Even just closing in, I felt like it was, I'm supposed to do this. This is like me. This is what I do. And that kind of attitude, I've had it come in the other way too, and that kind of came onto me with that kind of confidence today. Just saying, whatever Charlie's going to throw at me, I'm going to be the one that has the chance to win on the last hole. And I think that, when I said that afterwards, I think that it's just nice to then feel a little freedom off the golf course. I think that's more important. I already felt, what I wanted was the freedom on the golf course, but it's nice to just to know that, I'm not stepping into always negativity everywhere I'm going in and getting asked questions. And it hasn't really been the case over the last couple months, but boy, it's just, I've been so positive lately. Our team's been so positive lately. Whether it's been a Sunday where I didn't close it out or whatever it may have been, it's still always been, man, that was a great week. We're progressing forward. And sometimes that can get hindered when you step, away from the team. And it's just nice to feel, I think it's just an exclamation point. I personally didn't feel like I needed this win. I felt like other people needed this win. And Michael did a great job today of telling me, he was like, look, these guys Matt and Charlie, these guys are playing for a lot more than you're playing for. Like, whatever you're feeling, they're feeling more. Charlie's trying to get in the next week. Matt's trying to get a job, a tour card. These guys have a lot more to play for than you, and we're trying to make progress into next week. Is kind of his way of, as much as we clearly were very focused on winning this golf tournament and that being important, but I think that was his way of freeing me up, and I thought that was really good advice today.
Again, well done. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Enjoy it. And good luck at the Masters.
Thank you.
Okay,
See you guys.
Jordan.